Fort Larned. He was so naturally fast. Multiple times he ran 100+ buyers, so he was just one of those rare talents. Going into that Breeders' Cup with him, I had talked to Ian earlier that day, and the biggest thing he kept stressing to me was just make sure you leave the gate cleanly. For whatever reason, we both just had a real quiet confidence in us, in our horse, knowing that he was going to show up big that day.
They're off in the Breeders' Cup Classic.
When he left the gate, we had the big favorite Game On Dudes are outside, and I had told myself that if I was able to outbreak him, I wanted to just kind of take a step out just to make Game On Dude a little uncomfortable.
Fort Larned on the outside is out with speed, and Game On Dude's gonna have to settle behind them.
And that's what happened. I was able to outbreak him and just kind of took his spot the first couple strides. We were on the lead, and just the whole way around there, Fort Larned, he had this nice, smooth rhythm to him. And I was just being a good passenger, really. I stayed out of his way.
The opening quarter mile was in 23 1/5 seconds. Fort Larned is on the pace here.
Going into the second turn, he kind of shot off away from Mucho Macho Man, and he opened up like 3 or 4 lengths on him, which he did that all on its own.
A sensible pace. They're not flying, but they're moving right along. Fort Larned continues to lead the way, and now he's by himself.
He switched leads so smoothly. I'm like, oh God, it's going to take a really, really good horse to beat him from this point. Turning for home, you know, for a $5 million race, you think you're going to be nervous, but he was traveling so nicely. I'm like, wow, we're about to win the Breeders' Cup Classics.
Fort Larned comes into the stretch in front. Mucho Macho Man runs at him with 1 furlong to run.
Right inside the 8th hole, when Mucho Macho Man was making this run at him, I pointed Fort Larned's head out to the right just to where you kind of see him running at him, and once I did that, he responded and he held him off.
Fort Larned digs in. Mucho Macho Man runs at him. Fort Larned, Mucho Macho Man. Fort Larned with the heart of a champion.
He was never gonna let him buy him that day. He was the best horse that day, and he wanted to show it. That was a great day because it was actually my 27th birthday. To be able to win the Breeders' Cup Classic on your birthday, it's a special moment. After we did the trophy presentation and all that, the whole grandstand sung us happy birthday. It was a race I'll always be proud of just because I was able to ride such a smart race on him. To step up and win a Breeders' Cup Classic like that, it meant the world. And you know, it's one of those things where it sets you up for the rest of your career, and it just showcases to everybody else in the game, given the right opportunity, that you can step up and deliver on the big days.